Okay, continuing from where we left off, I think first of all I'll set this back to a reasonable color. So we hit our breakpoint and we executed the command file, and I'll show you that command file here. So this is the command file. So we logged information into a text file, and we had some data that we printed out, and then I put in an fprintf just to kind of show you that you can do this as well. You can do file prints. In this case, it indicated the LED display value, and then based on a condition, we changed the screen from white to green or blue. And again, you could use this for any number of things, whether you wanted to print something into the file or not, based on some condition within the code. So all the syntax and everything is defined. It's all within that PDF directory in the debugger manual. If you open that up, all the commands are in there, and it's pretty. Everything I'm telling you right now is stuff that's in these documents, but it's maybe helpful to have it seen in a visual format. So if you wanted to go see what the output was from the test that you just ran, one easy way to get to your main project directory, I mean, you should know what it is anyway, but you can right click on a file within there and say open in Windows Explorer. So that takes me to my FreeMaster project. So I logged the information to gelog.txt. So I'll open that up, and here it is. So you can see it doesn't log the log file command itself, but then everything after that gets logged with a question mark, or not question mark, an exclamation point, and then the data that you've asked it to output all gets stored into this log file. So that's where that's at, and you can see that it did what it was supposed to. Here I had the fprintf, which output the LED display stuff, and that's in this geled.txt. And so, sure enough, when it hit the breakpoint, it printed that out as part of the command file that you had used. So one of the things that's also kind of cool to do is to set up a command file that at the end of it, actually you do what you want to do, which is dump some data. So say you had some A to D value or something you wanted to look at, you dump that out, and then you go ahead and say go. So if you run it overnight and hit the breakpoint 10 times, you could get 10 times as much information and look at it in the morning. So the way that you would do that is you would first of all modify our breakpoint, and I've already set up a command file that you just saw to do this, and I'm going to get rid of our condition for right now just to make it easier. Let's say OK. So now I do a log file, cc.txt. So I've created the log file. Now I hit go. I'm going to keep hitting my breakpoint over and over, and every time I hit my breakpoint, it's going to log some data and then tell the debugger to start going again. Obviously, you might not want to do this for something that happens as frequently as this, but you could do it for something that happens over a long period of time. So when you halt the debugger, if you go look at the file right now, it'll say it's 0K. That's because you haven't closed it. So when you go no LF, that's actually what closes the file and writes it. So now I have a file called cc.txt, which I just brought up where you couldn't see it, but here it is, cc.txt. Basically, it hits the breakpoint, it executes the command, dumps the stuff out. I said, whoops, go, and then it continued ad nauseum until you're done. So anyway, that's another thing that you can do with the conditional breakpoints. I think that's somewhat useful. So.